Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on October the 6th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll take a look at our calendar here. We'll start off with the news. As we can see here, the PMI numbers have come in quite positive here, better than expected. That's a positive thing because that shows us that the rate of recovery is better than expected. So that has put more positive sentiment into the market for sure. We saw that. Now, excuse me, we have cash statement here, RBA statement. Again, at this point, the focus will be on what the bank is looking at in terms of the growth forecast. I'm not really expecting much of a change in terms of the interest rates or monetary policy. The focus will be completely on the outlook here, so on the comments. And coming up on Tuesday here, we do have the annual budget release here from Australia, trade balance numbers for both US and Canada. These are important, especially with all the talks, trade talks and all of that. However, right now, even if the number is bigger than expected, I wouldn't really expect too much of a change here because overall the stock market has been very positive. So there is the talk of the stimulus package and the numbers are coming in better than expected. So all of that creates a positive sentiment in the market here. We also have Fed Chair Powell speaking here tomorrow. So again, although we have heard, and we have ECB President Lagarde speaking here as well. So both of these central bankers, what we need to again look at is anything that is focused on the future, any kind of comments on what they're thinking, especially from ECB here because of the Brexit concern. The comments here can make a difference. So far, they haven't been concerned about the state of the economy, they have not been concerned about the Brexit having a big negative impact on the economy. So if that continues, they're not concerned about the increase in the price of euro. All of these things they're not concerned about. And if that continues to be the case, we can see euro go up as a result of that. So that's it in terms of news. So let's go on to charts here. We'll start off with our euro dollar. Euro has had a nice bullish candle close here. So we see price has been holding, excuse me, this previous support level here. And now we have a bullish engulfing candle close. So bias here is bullish. And we could see a bit of a pullback into 1.1750 around that level. And then looking for a further move to the upside here. So this is what I would be, excuse me, looking at here. Now, just something to keep in mind here, it is still into a bit of a resistance. So we do need to see a break above today's close here, but this is looking bullish. So bias is bullish. Next target is 1.1875. So bullish bias for euro dollar. Same thing here for pound as well. A nice bullish candle close. The only difference here with the pound that we would have to be concerned about is that it has not broken out of that resistance area. We do have a bullish candle close. We had a bullish candle close here, but it then struggled. So what we need to be mindful of is this 130 level. So if for some reason it's not able to go through, then we could see a drop because this is the range. It's into the top of the range now. And many times price can struggle into the top of the range. So once it clears the range though, top of the range, then we're looking for a pullback and a further move to the upside here. So bias is neutral to bullish here. And once we see that the daily clearance, or we see the clearance above 130, next target would be 1.3050. And then above that, we're looking at 1.3170. So bullish bias here for pound dollar, slightly neutral just because of the top of the range here. Aussie dollar, this one is similar to our pound here. The problem is it hasn't broken through this resistance level. So if it cannot make it, then we could see a drop here. So this one is looking neutral at the moment here. So we have to watch out for 0.72. If it holds, then we're looking for another drop to the downside. But should it go through, then we'll be aiming for this top of this range at 0.7335. So bias here is bullish for our Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar here, this one as well. We see this is similar to our Australian dollar. It's right into this resistance level, still hasn't cleared it for the last 4 days. Price has been struggling with this resistance. So the concern here would be if it doesn't go through. So if it fails and holds below 0.6660, then we're looking for a drop. So both of these, we have to be we have to be mindful of, we have to be careful with going long just yet. So we have to wait for price to get to the other side of this resistance. Once it clears the resistance and holds above, then the next target will become the top of the next level here. But for now, it is into the top of the range. So we have to be careful. So bias is neutral for as long as it holds below. And if it confirms on the other side, then we'll go long. But for now, neutral bias. Dollar CAD here, this one is looking bearish. We see price has dropped. We have a nice bearish candle close here. So bearish bias for dollar CAD. Next target here. So basically we're looking for price to do one of these. 1.3175 is the next target. So bearish bias for dollar CAD. All right, so let's look at our commodities. We'll look at silver. Silver looks bullish here. It's closed on the other side. We have a bullish engulfing candle, so bullish bias here. In terms of the target, I would look at 24.70, and then second target here would be 25.25. So bullish bias here for silver. So look for a bit of a pullback and then a further move higher. So bullish bias for silver. Gold here, this one is also looking bullish. Just bear in mind it's into important support resistance level here. So if it doesn't go through, we can see a turnaround. So for now, bias is bullish. Just be mindful of the resistance that it's into. That's a major resistance. See how price just held above forever before it dropped, and sometimes it can get stuck on the other side as well. So this will turn bullish once price goes through and closes on the other side of 1920. Once that happens, we're looking for the next level here at 1955. And above that, we have 1972. So it's bullish with caution though, because if it doesn't get through 1920, we're looking for that drop then. So for now, neutral to bullish here for gold. Oil here, oil had quite a turnaround today. And as we can see, price was right into the bottom of this bottom of our range here. We have a bullish engulfing candle now, and I'll be looking for the next move higher here. So bias is bullish. 40.50 is the first target. 41.50 is the second target. Copper here, copper is just hanging around. It looks bearish at the moment. And if it holds below 2.94, I'd be looking for a drop here. So bearish bias for copper. In terms of the target here, first target is the low of today, 2.89, and then we're looking at 2.87. Bitcoin here, this one is also going sideways. It hasn't really done a whole lot. It's stuck in this range. So we have a small bullish candle, but it doesn't look very good. Excuse me. So we may see price go higher, but I would look out for this type of a move where it goes into the resistance, cannot get through, and then we're seeing a drop again. So neutral bias for Bitcoin here as well. Okay, the stock market looking quite bullish today. So there is optimism around the positive data. There's optimism around stimulus package being passed, and especially with President Trump getting sick. So there were some comments, or there's some expectation that now that he understands, he will support the passing of the bill. So we'll see how that plays out, but it does create optimism in the market. So as a result of that, this is looking bullish. And here the next target would be 1.3425. And above that, we're looking at 1.3480. So bullish bias here for a bullish bias for our, here we go, S&P 500. So we may get a bit of a pullback before it starts going forward. So bullish bias here, 34.25 and 34.80 are the targets. NASDAQ here, this one did have a bullish candle close here. Now neutral bias for this one, because we are very close to the top of the range. So this one hasn't gotten out of the range yet. If it doesn't, that may happen. So many things have been range bound at the moment. So we have to be careful when we are towards the top or the bottom of the range. So bullish bias here, bullish to neutral. I would look for a move towards 11,600. And then if it holds, then we're looking for a drop. So neutral bias for NASDAQ. Dow Jones, on the other hand, is looking bullish. We see a close above the previous day high. We have a bullish engulfing candle close. So this one looks more bullish than NASDAQ does. Next target here is 28,370. And in this case, we may see a bit of a pullback before a continuation. So bullish bias here. So first target would be 28,370. And then 28,600. So Dow Jones is bullish. Next one here, DAX also looking bullish. It is into the top of the range. So again, need to be careful here because this is an important support resistance level. We need to see it close on the other side. So once it closes on the other side, next target here will be 13,000 and then 13,250. So bullish bias for DAX here. And FTSE here also looking bullish. Again, this is into the top of the range as well. So if it doesn't get through, look for a move back into the range. But it is looking bullish. And if this positive sentiment continues across the markets, then we're likely to see this go higher. 60.50 and then 61.30 will be the second target. And last one here, this is looking bullish as well, but price is still trading in a range. It's been stuck in this range for several weeks now. So at this point, bullish to neutral within the range. So I would look for a move towards 33,600. And then if it holds below that, we're looking for a drop. So bias here is neutral to bullish for Nikkei. Excuse me. So that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful, not weekend, trading day tomorrow. And I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.